what's going on, beautiful people? It is I, ThickChickVlogs, your sister from another mister, all that good jazz. Okay, girl, look, let me tell y'all first and foremost, honey, that I have a 49-minute video rendering for my other channel, ThickChick TV. Y'all know I am long-winded, and for those of you who don't like super long-winded videos, okay, we're gonna keep it short and sweet over here on the ThickChickVlogs channel for now. But girl, I ain't making no promises for it in the future. Let me just tell you that right here, right now. But for those of you who are interested in the super long videos, head on over to ThickChick TV. That link will be down in the description box below. I'm not promising when that video will be up. It probably will be later on this afternoon, because it does take quite a while to render, because I mean it is a large file. Okay, I did want to come and tell you guys that. I also want to say, I also mentioned this, I discussed this a little bit on the other channel, on the other video. I had a young man named Jacob who shared my video on Facebook, the video that I made of the exposing down low men or whatever. He shared my video on his Facebook page, and I appreciate him for sharing that video, but I really wish he would have tagged my name in it. I ain't throwing no shade, but I'm just saying, girl, you could at least tag the bitch, you know what I'm saying, so I could know that you're sharing my shit, you know what I'm saying. So shout out to Jacob for sharing my video. But I did go over there. Shout out to one of my family members who saw the video, and she tagged me in it. So shout out to you, girl, for tagging me in that video. I really honestly and truly do appreciate that. But girl, on that video over there, I'm just gonna give you a little rundown of some of the things that we discussed over there, in case you want to hear my commentary on those things. I did give a little lowdown on the situation of the young man sharing my video. I also talked about Nene Leakes versus Wendy Williams. Girl, I'm not gonna go into the meat and potatoes over here on this, but if you want to see what I had to say about the shit, like I said, the shit is 49 minutes long, bitch. If you want to see what I was talking about, I'm gonna need you to head on over there to that channel and check out that video and quit bullshit. Okay, if you just so happen to want to see exactly what I discussed over there, I'm gonna need you to head on over there and check out the video. Okay, but we discussed Wendy Williams and Nene Leakes. We also discussed this bitch, this crazy motherfucker who broke into Chris Brown's house, girl. We discussed that motherfucker, but we also discussed crazy ass Ben Carson. We discussed a Young Thug versus The Game, girl. Y'all don't know about that bullshit, girl, check out the video. We also discussed people who decide they want to date and be in committed relationships with men who are in prison for damn near life sentences. Girl, we discussed that over there. We discussed celibacy. We discussed girl, what else did we discuss, girl? We discussed Floyd Mayweather and his baby mama. If y'all don't know about that shit, yeah, Floyd Mayweather's baby mama is suing him, girl. Head on over to the video to check out why she is suing him. If you just so happen to not know what the fuck is going on, that link will be the very first link down in the description box below, girl. But I just wanted to come and tell you guys that. But really quickly, y'all know when I said really quickly, the shit ends up being 14 minutes long. I wanted to come and discuss really quickly the 4 black parole officers who were racially profiled by, of course, white officers. And this is, like I said, I'm not trying to start no type of race war between my black family members and my white family members. Y'all know I got all types of family members over here on this channel. I got Asian people, white people, black folks, bitch, I got everybody over here. I love everybody, but we just gonna keep we gonna keep it 100% real. No chaser. Y'all know how I do. I don't get on here and I don't try to, you know, play both sides of the I'm a person who loves everybody, but I'm gonna keep it real when the shit needs to be kept real. Y'all know how I do over here. But these 4 parole officers were racially profiled by I ain't even gonna say the white folks at first. Okay, I'm gonna say let me give you a little rundown, a little backstory about what happened. Okay, these 4 African-American parole officers were going to serve a warrant for someone's arrest. They're parole officers. That's what happened. When you violate your parole, you get arrested. I mean, you're in violation of your parole. So naturally, you're going to be in violation of your parole. So you're going to get arrested by your parole officers or whoever you get arrested by. I've never been on parole, so I don't know the specifics. So someone called 911 saying that 4, this is quote what they said, 4 big black people were seen getting out of their vehicles with bulletproof vests on and guns. Now, it was clear these people had on their bulletproof vests, but they also had their badges around their necks. So, of course, when these people called 911 and reported that they saw 4 big black people get out of their vehicle with bulletproof vests on, these folks called 911 because they, of course, a lot of times people feel like just because I got a little bit of melanin in my skin, we're going to keep it real, you know, to my Caucasian family, to my African American family, to my other, you know, ethnicities. We're going to keep it real. Sometimes people feel threatened by folks who just got a little bit of melanin in my skin. That, baby, this just pigmentation. Me and you, we two of the same kind. We both bleed the same color. I'm telling you, when you cut yourself, you gonna bleed red. When I cut myself, the shit is red. So we are all human beings. We are all the same people. The only difference is I'm a little bit darker than you. I'm a little bit curvier than you. My lips are a little bit fuller than yours. That is it. That's it. Other than that, we are one of the same kind. That is the only difference between you and I when it comes to differences of pigmentation of the skin. So the police officers, instead of investigating the situation a little bit further, they should have had common sense. I understand you got to practice a protocol. You got to do all these different gestures and all this type of stuff. I understand. I get it. But let's be real. When is it that, okay, let me say it a little bit different, because like I said, I don't want to offend anyone or anything like that. Tell me, how much sense does it make for police officers to pull up on a vehicle and automatically draw your weapons and pull these people out of the car? Not only did you pull them out of the car, they put them up against the car, and I mean, just forcefully put them up against the car. Like they, I mean, come on. If you being a police officer, you could have clearly saw that these people were parole officers when you pulled them out of the vehicle. The people had their fucking badges around their neck. Are you kidding me? And not just that. Motherfucker, you pulled over the wrong vehicle. That is racial profiling at its finest. I don't give a damn what nobody say when it comes to this situation. It's racial profiling at its finest. So, of course, these 4 parole officers are suing the city. I can't remember. I should have pulled it up, but I can't remember the city right off the top of my head. But of course, they are suing these people because one of the parole officers said that she knows for a fact that if she didn't have the pigmentation that she got, that she would not be standing up there talking to them news crews about the bullshit that happened to them in that car on that day by somebody calling saying they saw 4 big black people with bulletproof vests on and guns. For real? I mean, this shit, like I said, it's 2015, but this shit has been going on since the beginning of time. We all know this shit has been going on. It's nothing new. It's nothing out of the ordinary. This is stuff that has been going on since the beginning of time. We all know that. But it comes a point in time to where you say to yourself, when is enough enough? When is this going to come to an end? When is it going to come to fruition? When are we going to reach a solution to this problem? Because it is a problem. When are we going to come to some type of solution against this racial profiling? When are we going to come to a consensus to where the American public has a rapport with police officers to where there's no reason, like I keep saying, there's no reason why I, as a 29-year-old African-American woman, should feel threatened by the police officer, someone who should be protecting me. Granted, like I keep saying, we have to have police officers who protect and serve. We have to have those police officers who come to our rescue when things go astray. But then again, there has to come a time to where it has to be some type of rapport between police officers and the American public. Because you have too many people out there who are just afraid of the cops. I know people right now who say they won't even call, if some shit happen, they won't even call, of course, unless it's just a dire emergency that they call the cops. A lot of people say they don't trust the police. They don't call the police for help. They just don't. A lot of people take shit into their own hands because they feel like the police are just fucking evil human beings that just out to do everybody harm. I mean, and there's no reason that people should be afraid of someone who is supposed to be protecting them. I've been pulled over by the police before. I've never had a traffic ticket, but one morning I was headed to work when I was working for the inventory company. I mentioned this to you guys before, and my light wasn't out the night before. It must have happened that morning when I cranked my car up or something. The light blowed, but one of my headlights went out, and I knew it was the middle of the night. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I had to go to the meeting site, and my headlight was out, but I couldn't go to the damn to part store that early in the morning to get no damn part when no damn part store open. So I had to take my chances and drive to the meeting site with one of my headlights being out. But I knew for a fact, I should have went another direction, but I knew for a fact that this particular police officer was going to pull me over because he sits in the same spot every day. But I was already halfway late. So I figured, okay, he's not going to fuck with me this month. But of course he pulled me over. And when they come into your car, of course, I mean, it's protocol. They have to have their hand on their holster just in case some shit pop off and they got to put a cap in your ass. You know, I understand that is all part of protocol because you never know. Sometimes they have, you know, performed routine traffic stops and a lot of police officers have been killed just off routine traffic stops, just stopping somebody for a broken tail light or something. You know what I'm saying? So they have to be cautious. But there also comes a point in time to where, you know, you get a lot of these police officers who are so fidgety because they're so afraid of the smallest thing, the smallest gesture, the smallest move, that they will put a cap in your ass for you just, you know, coughing. You know what I'm saying? They just so fidgety for you sit there and let out a fucking cough. That's why, nigga, if you feel like you got a goddamn sneeze, what you better put your goddamn finger on your motherfucking nose and bitch, you better not motherfucking move. Goddamn, you better sit your ass there still as a motherfucking put your hand on the steering wheel, bitch. You see my hand, officer. I ain't got but two. So don't sit there and say you see me reaching for shit. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga will sit there and cap your ass thinking you reaching for a damn gun. Nigga, I'm getting my damn driver license and my registration. You know what I'm saying? You had to make sure you ask them niggas when it comes time for you reaching in your damn glove department or wherever you going to in your center console or whatever to get your license and your registration, you need to make sure you ask the police officer, sir, is it okay that I reach into my center console or into my glove department to get my license and my registration? Do you need to come around this side of the car? Do you need to go in this motherfucker and get it for me? Because I don't need you putting no types of caps in my ass because I'm trying to go in here and get my license and registration. You know what I'm saying? Is this a scary ass situation to be afraid of people who are supposed to be protecting you? There have been several times people will call the police for help. The police will come there and arrest their motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? The shit is fucked up. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard about the situation where the young lady called the cops there to help, to assist her and her son taking her medicine. He had some type of mental disability or whatever where he was lashing out, he was acting out, and all he needed was to take his medication to calm down. He had a mental disability. The police officers get there and are supposed to be assisting the mother in caring for her son, and guess what happens? They shoot and they kill him. Yes, that happened. It was also a situation recently. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. All you got to do is Google it. It'll pop up. I tell people all the time, if you are ever skeptical about anything that I'm talking about, Google the shit. It will pop up. Recently, there was a situation with the police officers who are under scrutiny for they handcuffed I want to say they handcuffed him and they tased him. What did they do? I know they handcuffed him. He was I want to say he had Down syndrome or some type of mental disability. It was a young man who was 5 years old. Now, if you are a police officer and you cannot restrain a 5-year-old, there is an issue. That's the same thing that happened with this young child who was in school, 8 years old, acting out. You know, 8 years old. If you are an adult police officer who cannot control or handle a 8-year-old child without tasing them, it is an issue. Or without putting them in some type, being extra rough with an 8-year-old, you can damn grab an 8-year-old by her arm. Bring your little ass over here. So you mean to tell me that you're such a big bad police officer that you have to physically restrain a 8-year-old and cause them bodily harm? I don't give a damn what the 8-year-old is doing. They're 8. I don't give a damn what the 5-year-old doing. They're 5. Okay, if the 5-year-old don't have a fucking gun pointed at you with the fucking a clip in it ready to shoot your ass, there's no reason for you to use physical harm on a 5-year-old or an 8-year-old just because they're throwing a temper tantrum or they're acting out. But yeah, they pulled over the wrong motherfucking car this time. Let me just say that right here, right now. They pulled over this car with these 4 parole officers in it, and racially profiled them. But baby, let me just tell you right now, one of them ladies, everybody just saying the same thing. They pulled over the wrong motherfucking car on this particular day right here, right now. So it's going to be some bullshit that comes out of this situation right here. But again, if you guys want to hear all of the shit that I discussed on today's talk show video, Dig This, I want to give a shout out to the young lady who suggested that name, Dig This. I really, really do appreciate it. I love it. And I think that is exactly what we're going to be calling it. I can't think of your name right off the top of my head, so I do apologize. But we discussed Nene Leakes, Chris Brown, Young Thug, and the game, Ben Carson. We discussed Down Low Men, a whole bunch of shit. So go over and check out that video. It will be the very first link down in the description box. And also go add me on Facebook, ThickChickVlogs, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.